95. Here we go. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Here it comes.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And with the playoffs ahead, this is how you build momentum, because they pitched a shutout last week, and I don't care who you're playing. That's not easy to do at this level, and they're playing their best football at the right time of year.
Who's got 84? Check 84. Single. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Shot. 17. Let's go.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Ready. 45. Right. Check. 43. Let's go. March 43. March 43. Get that. Right.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw, eluding the pressure. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Aaron Jones with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
52 blaster.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, and maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
He's got a man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. An explosive 38-yard pickup. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Blue striker.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw to Barkley on the check down. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The Giants at 500, 7-7 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And Eagles force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Up the middle, Jones. And a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 44 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41. Play action. Here's Hurts. This complete to Langford. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Kadarius Toney going to elect to bring this one out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Ready. 43 for Mike, boy, 43. Check, 43. All day, every day.
They'll try and throw for it here. Oh, he still makes a catch, even though it was tapped by the linebacker. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Hurts. Complete. Smith has it. Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Smith, 30 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
2 seconds to go, first quarter.
Two times. Hey, we got four down.
Watch out now, 50 Fury.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 21-0 our score after 1. The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They go play action with Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles continue to pull away here in this first half. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed.
There he goes left side, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Kadarius Toney, 72 yards. And the Giants are able to cut into that deficit. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later, hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December.
He's got a man, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 62 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Again, it's Jones. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Aaron Jones
with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Being chased out left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Hunter Nice-Swander on to punt now on 4th down.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts, and that is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then you're deep.
Touchdown! Dallas Goedert, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
2nd and 11 now.
He'll look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And here's Hunter. Nice wander now.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
On 1st down, Hurts. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Kayvon Thibodeau make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee you he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
115 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Now Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Jones.
Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Even after the false start, they'll still go here on 4th and goal.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
They'll roll him out right. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Giants defense able to come up with a goal line stand. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A gain of 39 that time. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Rolling to his left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw again. Looking for Shepard deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
They're going to try and throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Levante David.
And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Pressure too much this time. Down he goes.
That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency, because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Hurts. And that will be incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike. I got you. I got you. 41's the Mike. 41's the Mike. Check 41. Hey,
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the shotgun, a give to Jones.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 136 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go again to Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Watkins diving, he's got it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins,
his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season.
And the Eagles add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Drill 52. You ain't doing nothing. Green Jack. Shoot. Mike 9.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick-6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached real.
And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles